Welcome to Research Basics Video 2, an introduction to the library catalog. A library's catalog indexes the types of materials that we have at the library. Of course, we have printed materials like books, media like DVDs, and a wide variety of documents and subscriptions and material that are available to you as a student. When you jump onto the library's homepage, you'll get access to our library catalog. Right here in the center of the screen is our main search box that will direct you to materials in the catalog. I'm going to do a really basic search for wiretapping as that's my main concept, and I'm going to cast a wide net by doing just this really basic search just to see what I get. I can always narrow my search results as I move forward. In looking at the results, I noticed a lot of basic information that the catalog provides about each one of these items. The catalog tells me basic citation information, including the title of the item, the author, and the date of publication. I also can find out about what type of source it is by looking at these icons on the left. This first item, for example, is an article, while the second item is a book. Also, I have access to basic location information. For example, this first item we notice right here has this big green dot, and it tells me that the full text for this article should be available. That's kind of a sign that the item is an electronic item. So if I click on View Now, you'll notice we have access to this article in 3 of our library databases. To access this article, all I have to do is click on any one of these links to find the full text in the database. If I want to know a little bit more about the article, I can always click on the Details option. Under Details, we'll actually find a lot of really useful information for our search. First of all, we have these subject headings. These subjects highlight the main subjects for this particular item, and each one of these subject headings is an actual link to a new search. So by clicking on any one of these, I could start my search over again using this subject heading to actually pull in sometimes a whole new set of results. This can be very useful, particularly if you're having a hard time finding items in the library. This details section will also provide some basic information, including the abstract of the article and again the citation information. Looking at our other results, we have next an ebook. As you notice right here, it says that we have online access to this item. Again, all I have to do is click on View Now to find the link to this item in one of our databases. I can also look at details to find out a little bit more about it. For example, this topic, this particular ebook, actually seems to be very much on topic. Privacy on the line, the politics of wiretapping and encryption. The one drawback, though, is that this is from 1998. That's really quite old, and it may not focus enough on the internet. But I can always check it out just to see if there might be a little bit of maybe historical perspective that it can provide. As I go through my results, I can also find other types of sources. So here we have another book option, but this one does not have the View Now link or information about it being available online. This particular item then is likely a print item. That means we should have a physical copy of the book. When I start to look at it and the basic citation info, I notice that this particular book is from 1965. It may not be very relevant to my research unless, again, I really want that historical perspective, although this might be just a little bit too old for me. In any case, I could take a look at it by clicking on the Find It option to actually get more info about it. You notice up here at the top we have the availability of the item. That means it's available and waiting on the shelf for somebody to check it out. I also have this information about the collection and the call number. All of this information is duplicated here with a little bit more detail added. The 2 key pieces of information you need to find an item in the library are the item's collection and call number. The library has many collections, and you can use our location guide found on the library website to find out where this specific item's collection is in the building. Once you're in the right area for that collection, the call number will tell you where on the shelf you can find this item. The call number will also provide a bit of extra information about this particular item. Call numbers are arranged according to the Dewey Decimal Classification System. This system is a way to organize a lot of material by their subjects. So, when you're searching the shelf, items with similar call numbers will also have similar subjects. You can actually browse the shelves then, wherever you are near this particular book, and find potentially other items on the same topic. You can do this virtually by clicking on the Virtual Browse option in the catalog, and you'll see other items that are located near this item on the shelf. Any student who is off campus and is unable to come into the library and actually pull a physical item does have the option to request it. Back under the Find It tab, you'll notice right here at the top we have request options, including a link to request it. By clicking on this link, you can access our interlibrary loan and document delivery services that we call just request it. Specifically off-campus delivery is what you would be using. All you have to do is sign in with your MSU ID number and password, the same thing that you use to log into Blackboard, your email, and My Morehead State. The first time you log in, you will be asked to register, so all you have to do is put in your MSU email address and an address where you can receive physical items. When you're ready to continue searching, all you have to do is head back to our main catalog. I noticed in this search that a lot of these items are a bit dated, so I want to start playing with my search just a little. I'm going to switch up my results and look specifically for internet wiretapping. And now we have some interesting items that we may want to start looking at. Right here, I noticed that we have an article that talks about the FBI wants internet tapping powers, and it's from 2014, so that's pretty recent. That's great. I noticed though that this particular item is not available in full text. So we have basic info about it, but we don't actually have the full item. If I want access to it though, and click on Find It, you'll notice again we have that Request It option. So I can easily request this item from another library using our Request It system. This is a service called Interlibrary Loan. So just because you find an item info in the catalog or in one of our databases, you can use the Request It service to request it from another library for free. Now, I did a bit of a narrowing of our search results. You may have noticed that we had about over 8,000 items before. Now we have a little over 1,000 just by adding one extra word. If I want to narrow my results, I can also look at some of my other ways to refine these results. We often call these options limiters because they tend to limit the options. So I can put in a date range. For example, we notice right here the items I currently have in my results go from 1987 to 2016, but if I wanted to look at stuff that was only from the last, say, 5 years or so, I can refine this search. And I now have about 200 items. I can also look at some of these other options, including limiting by the types of resources and subjects and that kind of thing. So the database provides a number of kind of interesting options for you to play with, including playing with your search terms and playing with your limiters. If you need help in the research process, you can always contact the library, but in the next video we'll actually explore a lot more of how you might go about manipulating and handling a search tool much like the catalog and the library databases. In conclusion, as you are researching and using the catalog, be sure to take notes, particularly of items you find that might be useful or might be useful in the future. You should also really evaluate every single one of those sources to make sure they are truly relevant to your research topic. And of course, if you need help, always feel free to ask for it. The library is here to assist you.